In late 2015, I quit my contract as a software developer to embark on what would be a life-changing 8-month trip to the Americas. After 55 sleepless hours from Cape Town to Johannesburg through London, Chicago and Denver, I arrived in Aspen to live with 5 gents I'd never met before. But this video is not about that. This video is about Central America and the people I was lucky enough to spend it with. In spring, the ski lifts closed and I did what no ski bum had done before and booked a flight to Costa Rica. At the time, I was shacking up with a guy called Ben. He was keen too. We ordered backpacks and some inconspicuous summer outfits from Amazon and made like a tree. We arrived in Liberia and set off by minibus to the touristy surf town of Tamarindo to meet some others. One of those was Warren, a schoolmate of mine who can't put a foot wrong. True story, he once summited Kilimanjaro and proceeded to walk back to South Africa. His crew had been there a week already, having set up camp in a local hostel called Pura Vida, which in Spanish means pure life. Right on, man. At Pura Vida they'd met Emma, an Irish doctor, a long way from home, backpacking in Central, and definitely not practicing yet. From our air-conditioned barracks we mounted surf expeditions to local spots, using our Cape Townian accents to say things like bra and barrel. We travelled by bus to nearby bays and by boat to catch glimpses of gators and howler monkeys endemic to the region. Surfing continued through sunset and into the evening, a truly awesome experience. After 5 days there, the tourist prices made it impossible to stick to our arbitrary budget of $20 a day. We set off north to Nicaragua by chicken bus, so called because both man and beast are considered equal in these unbelievably fast yellow death machines. Out of the tourist trap, we immediately saw the obvious value of Felix. This man can habla fluently in Espanol and would get us out of some serious trouble. Expertly negotiating taxi fares, Felix ensured our safe arrival at the next destination, Lago de Apoyo, a majestic body of water in the tip of a volcano near Granada. At the Monkey Hut hostel we met up with a few others, Fee, Megs and Joe. Here was a South African trio taking Nicaragua by storm and loving every minute of it. By day we lazed around in the volcano water and by night played cards drinking ron plata. Literally the dream. After the party that was Tamarindo, we didn't recognize Lago de Apoyo for what it truly was, the eye of the storm. A short drive north of the Costa Rican border lies San Juan del Sur, famous worldwide for the weekly Sunday Funday pool party. We made our first mistake before even arriving. We'd booked 4 whole nights in the Las Vegas of Central America. At Hostel Pachamama, we reunited with 2 long-lost roommates from Colorado who were trundling their way south from California to Panama. Chester is a wily character, funny as hell. He devastatingly came short early in the ski season, breaking the thing where his arm attaches. Chester's navigator was Lloyd. At 6'8", Lloyd is more lighthouse than human, but nevertheless cannot dunk to save his life. After a rocky start in Aspen when I couldn't make rent, Lloyd and I have fostered a strong friendship, meeting up since in France, the Netherlands and Cape Town to continue his lectures on personal finance. Sunday Funday was no joke. For 14 hours we traipsed from pool to pool, fueled by ron plata, aka kerosene, and the tangible energy of 500 18-year-old virgins. Only Daybreak Monday was sufficient to bring the party to an end. I remember waking up in possession of 1 less GoPro than I'd started with, which was 1, and shortly afterwards finding it in the hands of a well-meaning red-headed man, Rupert. Rupert is another buddy of mine from school, widely considered to be the nicest man around, once winning a prize to that effect. We picked ourselves up and enjoyed another magnificent Pacific Ocean sunset, playing rugby on the beach, before doing it all again that night. Suffice it to say, we were glad to depart Sin City for the peace and quiet of a small island called Ometepe. It sits proudly in the western half of Lake Nicaragua, characterized by its 2 volcanoes. After a short ferry, our first stop was the beautiful Hoyo de Agua, a freshwater swimming pool under cover of jungle. With us too was Will. His surname is Van der Bale, but we called him Fund Environment because of his environmentally friendly pickup lines. We woke at 4 AM the next morning to summit one of the island's 2 volcanoes, Volcan Madeiras, my ear excruciating and with nothing but 3 liters of water and some snacks. A grueling 4-hour hike brought us to the rim, where we napped before doing it again in reverse. Satisfied volcanologists, our next adventure was to survey the island on 2 wheels. We hired a motorbike and 2 mopeds. Rupert had never been propelled by a vehicle with less than 4 wheels and very soon became acquainted with the gravel. Finally, after another harrowing chicken bus to Granada and an hour incessantly repeating Como llego de aquí a Papoyo at a taxi rank, I arrived at Magnific Rock. Why Magnific Rock? In 2013, in a small town called Tofu in Mozambique, I met a guy named Mike. 3 years later, Mike would leave a serendipitous comment on a Facebook photo instructing me to visit his mate Jackson's place called Magnific Rock. Wacko Jacko learned my name and swiftly moved on to the important stuff. Do you play rugby? 3 days and 1 practice later, I was competing in a Nicaraguan sevens tournament in 38-degree heat, and we won. Also staying at the hotel was Jeremy. Jezza is an Aussie-Kiwi hybrid, and he was earning his keep teaching groups of guests how to surf. For 3 weeks, Jezza and I headed off, making the hotel restaurant our office, racking up hundreds of card games and hundreds of dollars in debt on the hotel's tab. We executed boat trips, drone shoots, rugby practice and happy hours, and a few days later ended our respective trips with a flight back to the US and parted ways. Those 8 weeks were loose, fun, formative, and over too soon. Without a doubt, it was the people and not the places that I will remember. South Africans, Brits, French Canadians, Aussies, Americans, and the Nicaraguans themselves getting along as if from the same town. The value in traveling is not the locations nor the views, but the people and the cultures that we come into contact with. It's people that shape our experiences and people that make us feel good. Life is about the people. Get out there and make those relationships count.